Hey everyone, Ben here. Welcome to Green Forest videos where we talk about all things English. Even being a native speaker of English, I find that I have to keep up with the changes in this language. Thanks to things on the internet like TikTok and Reddit and the widespread use of English across the whole world, our dictionaries add many new words each year, up to 1,000. Now in this video, we're going to talk about 10 words in English that I noticed becoming more popular or perhaps even being invented in 2023. The first of these words is A-game, A-game, and this means the highest level of something. In our public school system in America, A-game means top marks, right? So his presentation was A-game. And we would mean that it was excellent. But you can also use this to describe other types of things. A-list celebrities, meaning the top level movie stars, rock stars, for example. Now it's confusing because we also use A to refer to a few other things. For example, type A personalities, which is more of like a psychiatric or a psychological term. Type A meaning someone who tends towards anxiety and a need to control their surroundings. This does not mean excellence. This is just kind of a different system. So a little confusing. Now the next word is sentient. And to be sentient means to be conscious, to be able to sense something, to be able to feel. So hang on, this is not a new concept and it's not a new word either. This is actually a straight up ancient Latin word that came into English in the 17th century. And it's the same root as you find in our words sense, like does that make sense, and sentence, like write a new sentence using this word, and sentiment and sensual. So we use this word a lot. I think this word became a lot more popular this year because of ChatGPT, an algorithm and artificial intelligence that would appear to be sentient. So I think a lot of people needed a word to refer to this idea of something being able to think on its own. So you might say, wow, this ChatGPT thing, it seems so realistic. It has an answer for everything. It's almost sentient, right? And this sort of amazement was a big thing this year. Just as a side note now, if you're interested, GPT is actually an abbreviation of generative pre-trained transformer. Not a very attractive turn of phrase, hence why we squash it down, but nonetheless an incredibly useful tool. Now the third word we're going to talk about is jaded. Jaded means apathetic or sad or worn out or bored. It's when you've experienced an excess of something. For example, Kate had become jaded about love after the third boyfriend in a month broke up with her. It's a pretty sad situation. You know, even Miley Cyrus released a song called Jaded last year, so this was clearly becoming more and more popular. Now this is not a new word either, actually. It's a really old English word that we used to use to refer to old horses who were kind of towards the end of their life, their usefulness as a vehicle. Now this word is really kind of the opposite of excited. That's an easy way to think about how to use it. Now the next word is Nepo Baby, this phrase. Now this is someone, a celebrity whose parent is very famous, and this famous parent connected this child to all their industry successes. For example, Hailey Bieber, Zoe Kravitz. Now Nepo is a shortened form of nepotism, which refers to the system or process of when someone receives advantages thanks to their family connections. Now this word history is pretty interesting. Its origin is the Italian word nipote, meaning nephew. And the word described the phenomenon within the Catholic Church and the Catholic clergy, meaning the priests, bestowing special privileges to their nephews, who were very often actually their illegitimate sons. So, old system of corruption here that got baked into the language and came into English. Now, number 5 is situationship. Now, this is referring to a relationship that's in the gray zone, being more than friends, having some romantic components, but not quite a formal couple, not boyfriend, girlfriend, as we would say in English. We used to say it's complicated. A situationship is a romantic relationship that's undefined or uncommitted. It may be based on convenience or short-term circumstances. So an example of using this might be, I'm trying to turn our situationship into something more serious. Now the next word is here, and this is a pronoun, a gender-neutral possessive pronoun used by some people with alternative gender identities, gender fluid, non-binary people. Now, for example, you use it like you would say his or her. So that bike is here's. Instead of hers or his, it's here's, right? And this is used by someone who does not identify as a woman or man, but as a gender fluid person. So our next word is hard pass. Now this means to firmly say no to something or reject an offer. Now pass is a less strong form of this and a little bit more polite perhaps, which we might say, would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a coffee? And I'd say, no, I'll pass on the coffee. I don't need it right now. But hard pass is more of when someone offers us something that we really don't want to do. Oh, screw it. Let's go to the bar. And you could say, I'm taking a hard pass on that, meaning I'm not doing that and you shouldn't do that either. And this term gained popularity in the pandemic when people were more likely to turn down opportunities to socialize. Another example might be, do you want to go to the city center on Saturday? And I could say, that's a hard pass from me. There's no way I'm going out of my house, right? The next word is level up. Now this, you'll probably be familiar with it. This means to recognizably advance or improve. And this comes from video games, where players of these games have characters that are often ranked by their level, according to their ability and experience points. These avatars achieve higher levels as the player plays more of the game. They are leveling up. Now we use it pretty frequently to just refer to any time you get better at anything. For example, I'm leveling up my guitar skills lately because I've been playing so much. I want to level up my wardrobe. This espresso machine really leveled up my coffee game. So it's not just skill, it's also items. In general, anything that is recognizably getting better, we can use this phrase. Now our next word is it's giving. Now you can throw this into a conversation to describe the vibe something is giving you. Is that dress you're trying on a little too long and formal? That dress you're wearing is really giving prom vibes, right? Did your friends choreograph a really cheesy dance for TikTok video? Maybe it's giving you High School Musical vibes. In fact, if something is just really great, you can use it's giving on its own as a standalone compliment. This phrase is one of many slang phrases in English that comes from AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, which is where we get a lot of our slang words, like bae, like woke, like salty, and it's something to be cognizant of, that it's good to be aware where these words are coming from, and that it's not always responsible or appropriate to use these words. So just something to think about and do a little research on your own with. So our last word for today, our last phrase, is touch grass. Grass meaning the green stuff in the yard. Touch meaning go, like lie down in it maybe. Now this is a funny phrase. It's definitely new in English. We can substitute this phrase in for the little older English phrase, get a grip. If someone's gone off the deep end or lost a little touch with reality, they're beginning to spiral or saying things that are really inappropriate, you can tell them to go touch grass. And this means stop what you're doing, put down your phone, put down your video game controller, go outside and get some fresh air and like touch something real. It's time to go ground yourself. And we need this word to remind ourselves and remind our friends to go return to real life. So that's all we've got for today. Thanks so much for being with us at Green Forest. I'm Ben Stewart. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. До побачення.